Okay, done some extra little bits I'm working on here. So if you come looking at it from afar, I've got my arm pointing straight out, got my legs sprayed out now. And the reason I spray the legs out is because when you bind the skin a little bit later on in May, any kind of um, object that's close to the one you're binding might get stuck with it, and you get quite a poor bind, and it kind of gets really messy, and you've got to do a lot of work afterwards. Um, so I think it's a good idea to make sure it's all spread out. So that includes things like the fingers, and I've just noticed here this gap here between this finger and that finger is a little bit large, small on me. So I'm hoping if I can drag it along. Oh, okay, I don't seem to like that. If I can put some more influence on there, shrink that down, because I think this area, look, I can see that's going to give me trouble a bit later on. I don't want trouble. More kind of time you spend on this now, making sure you got exactly what you want, less trouble it's going to give you. So hovering over, pose, away from it, middle button, you get a little kind of move across over. That's a bit better. Sculpt tool, smooth it down. Now kind of shrink it as well. That's better. Now it's kind of moved over a bit too much. I'm going to bulge this side out. No, stayed on the smooth, that's why I did that. And shift, smooth, smooth, looking better. Okay, fingers look normal. Now, I've even indented places that elbow in, chest looks fine. There's a sharp point just here. Where was it? Just here. There we go. Putting some of the musculature, the rib cage is here. Compared to this side, it's kind of flat. Your rib cage is kind of quite small in humans. Your muscles around it is the thing that builds up shape. Now that's not perfect. It looks like a barrel. That's not how it is. So press the bulge. I'm going to sink this bit in. Control. But I'm going to leave this area. So as you raise the arm, you should, if you're in good condition, you should be able to see the rib cage. So I can leave it on bulge and press shift. Smooth it out. See what it looks like. Let's move this out. I'm going to indent it just here. Control. And I bulge it just here. So get the rib cage. Smooth it out. Sticking out too much. Indent it a bit more. Move out. Just trying to build the outline of the rib cage. Move out. And it should give you the impression there's a rib cage, yeah. I'm just gonna indent this whole section in. Move out. It's looking better. Okay, so it should be like an impression of a rib cage. Notice I've done the belly button, and if you look from the top, just here's where the nipple is. I've kind of pulled it out just a tiny bit. I bulged it out obviously against the man. Bulged out the crotch area and the vastus medialis. inside thigh. He's quite a muscly guy, so that would be almost bodybuilder like, so it's too much. Shrink it down. Move out. He's quite a muscly guy. This is when the final model's done. This really is quite a muscly fella. Let's also down here. I might as well do the bicep. Get the definition of the biceps. So as your arm rotates immediately inwards, the bicep will be about here. Let's move out. And I'll do a lot of work to make it more realistic. So there's my basic guy. It's ready. Look at the back. So it's got a very smooth back, which now it should be. Let's cut some of the shoulder blade in. And bulge out the traps a bit, and cut some of this in, smooth out. So this program is pretty powerful. Look what it can do. Looking more natural. Move out just here. I'm indenting the buttocks in. Should be a little dent in the lower back. And if it was a woman, I'll be putting little kind of studs in there so it's looking pretty good. I'll be putting little studs in there where the spine is, so that it shows the skinniness of the lady. Who is the skinny lady? Oh, of course, if it was a man, the same thing. Putting this muscle here by the neck, taking that up a bit. That's looking kind of natural. I'm going to save that. Oops. Let's do that. What is it saying? I can't save. Cannot open file or output. I don't know why it's saying that. It says save as. Oh, it's because it's gone and forgot where it was. So it should be not there. It should be... Okay, I'll save it.